Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the base. My ace.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Lambo. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
13 yards on the game's opening play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 91 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Those defense for the Packers, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Cousins gives way to Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now, Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. To throw, Cousins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. Joseph's got it, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal. Here's Rodgers. throwing to start the drive. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Rodgers to throw on second down. He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The numbers for Jones last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. James Lynch coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. On the move to his left. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight. And I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct? But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make difference.
Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down. The Packers at 7 and 8 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Play action now. Cousins. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. Get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. But no doubt that changes things. Instead of putting 3 more points on the board, they surrender 6 the other way, and they also surrender the lead.
My math's not that great, but that's a 9-point swing, likely to become 10 after they add the extra point.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, 2 cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium. This one into the hands of Thielen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins. Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 28. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
4th down, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down. No problem there. They get the first by plenty on 4th and inches.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. These 2 teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So a victory here in Lambeau would give them a sweep of the season series. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They'll throw again. Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. The kick by Joseph is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Taken in at the 3. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Well, able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 43. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. Got Dobbs over the middle. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st down, Rodgers. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers, and his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
this one through, and that will do it for this first half. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Up the middle, Jones. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Got a man, that's Lazard. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Clock keeps moving.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. To throw is Cousins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Second half, close game, and we're certainly seeing some exciting plays, but it's really been the defensives. That's now back-to-back drives that have ended with interceptions.
Yeah, the guys on the other side of the ball, as we like to say, the defenders, they've been the difference makers for their teams. And when they're taking their game up to this kind of a level, I want to see what happens with these offenses. Can they match them as this game goes on? Or will the defenders continue to have full control of this one?
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
The quick slant caught. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up happen every year, but there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Cousins now. And he's got this to Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Cousins on first down. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins to the right side and complete to Jefferson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Throwing, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Back near the goal line, here's Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. An inside give to Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
That's taken in by Watson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give to Jones running left. Taken down at the 42. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. Oh, what a juke into space. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 73 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down. Cousins to throw it. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throw caught there by Osborne. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing is Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Lets it fly for Thielen. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And this will be a Packers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now a handoff, running left is Jones. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Gave a glimpse of his quick feet and then taken down right at the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw, Cousins. Right back to Cook for another completion. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. After the sack on first down, Cousins, and he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's going to get this down near the 25. This offense so far on third down, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 11. Now Cousins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Joseph's got it, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Joseph now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So Cousins and the Vikings down by 8. 1:47 on the clock. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Here's Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. Completes this to Jefferson. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
Holding offense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A give to Jones. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they take a knee. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover